You have a cookie banner on your website. You put it there. You thought you were covered. You might not be. Many cookie banners currently used online do not meet modern EU consent standards, and regulators are now using automated tools to find them. France's CNIL has repeatedly fined large companies over non-compliant consent mechanisms, including major enforcement actions, specifically related to cookie practices, in 2025. The fines run into the hundreds of millions. Here's what legal actually looks like, and how to fix yours today. If your website uses any non-essential cookies, and most do, under EU cookie consent rules, you generally need consent before those cookies run. Non-essential means anything beyond what keeps the site working. So Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, advertising tags, remarketing scripts, all of those need consent before they load. The banner is how you collect that consent. But here's what most people miss. The banner appearing on screen is not enough. The cookies have to actually stop loading until the user says yes. Some cookie plugins display a banner visually without actually blocking scripts by default. That is not compliance. That is decoration. There are 5 things regulators specifically look for. Number 1, cookies fire before consent. Open your website in a private browser. Before clicking anything on your banner, open developer tools and check what cookies are already there. If you see Google Analytics or advertising cookies before you've clicked accept, you have a problem. This is one of the most commonly identified compliance issues in enforcement actions. Number 2, no equal reject option. Reject options should be presented as clearly and accessibly as accept options. Not hidden behind a small gray text link. Not buried in a settings menu. France fined Google 150 million euros and Facebook 60 million euros in 2022, specifically because rejecting cookies required more clicks than accepting. The asymmetry alone was the violation. Number 3, pre-ticked boxes. Pre-selected consent boxes for non-essential cookies are widely considered non-compliant under EU consent guidance. Consent must be an active choice, not something the user has to undo. Number 4, no granular options. Users should be able to accept analytics without accepting advertising cookies. A single accept all button with no categories is increasingly flagged in regulatory audits. Number 5, consent not respected after withdrawal. If a user goes back and changes their preferences, those cookies must stop immediately. Not on next visit, immediately. Regulators have taken enforcement action where websites continued tracking users after consent was withdrawn. The fix is simpler than it sounds. You need a proper consent management platform, a CMP. A CMP does 2 things a basic banner cannot. It technically blocks all non-essential scripts before they load, and it only releases them after the user has actively consented for that specific category. For many small business websites, modern CMPs can handle most of the technical setup automatically. The one I recommend for small businesses is Cookie Yes. It has a free plan that covers most SMB websites. It's straightforward to set up, and it's certified for Google Consent Mode, which I'll cover in the next video. Termly is a strong alternative if you want to compare. Both are linked in the description below. Setup takes about 20 minutes. Step 1. Sign up for Cookie Yes and run their free cookie scanner on your website. It finds every cookie automatically. Step 2. Install the Cookie Yes script on your website. If you use WordPress, there's a plugin. If not, it's 1 line of code in your header. Step 3. Configure your banner. Make sure reject is as visible as accept. Set up separate categories for analytics and advertising. Turn off all pre-selections. Step 4. Test it. Open your site in a private browser. Before clicking anything, check developer tools. You should see 0 non-essential cookies until consent is given. That's it. Cookie consent is one of the most actively enforced areas of GDPR right now, and one of the easiest to address. Most small business websites can significantly improve their cookie compliance in under an hour. Links to everything mentioned are in the description, including a free GDPR checklist that covers cookie consent alongside everything else your website needs.